So quick review. Somebody tell me what a noun is. Thank you. Please raise your hand and pretend like you are in school. If you're talking, you need to turn your mic on so everybody can hear you. So try again, Devin. Hold your thingy down. Hold your space bar down. Just hold down when you're talking. Person, place, thing, or idea. He's mumbling. For all of a sudden, he's mumbling. He doesn't want to be heard now. Okay. What's the difference between a proper noun and a common noun? Oh yeah, we probably need a piece of paper. Thank you, Maddie, for reminding me of that. What are you working on over there?
I'm working on it.
Okay, well, put that away because it's not social studies time. Otherwise, I'll rip it up because that's what happens when you work on somebody else's work in the English class. Yes, ma'am. Could you turn your mic on so people could hear you?
A proper noun is like, I don't like it, my echo. If, like you said, like John plays baseball, or you could be like, he plays baseball.
Well, you just changed the proper noun, you swapped it out for a pronoun. But you didn't tell me what a proper noun is. John would be a proper noun.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the difference between a proper noun and a common noun? Haley, turn your mic on.
A proper noun has a name, and an unproper noun is when it's like he or she and it doesn't have a name.
Okay,
Or
let's stop
place.
because you're doing the same thing that Georgia did. You're confusing common nouns with pronouns. Okay, so a common noun is still a noun. Okay, proper nouns are still nouns. They name a person, place, thing, or idea. So a common noun would be room, cup, bulletin board, poster, woman, right? A proper noun names a specific person, place, thing, or idea, and it needs to be capitalized. Haley, Heather, Gloversville Middle School, New York, right? Gloversville. Those are specific people, places, or things, so they get capitalized. Those are proper nouns. Okay. Pronouns, we might as well talk about that, take the place of a noun, and that's what we worked on yesterday, right? So we worked on taking pronouns like he, she, it, they, were. Can somebody turn their mic off? Those are pronouns and they take the place of a noun. Instead of using the actual noun, you use a pronoun. Okay. All right. We also talked about verbs. Kiara, do you remember what a verb means? What kind of word is a verb? What does it do in a sentence? If you don't remember, say I don't remember. Okay, Heather, do you remember? Devin, you remember? Yeah. Akeem, do you remember what a verb is?
Word.
Say again.
An action word.
One more time.
An action word.
An action word. Thank you. You were getting garbled. So a verb tells you who or what they're doing, right? It's the action in the sentence. And then we talked about adjectives as well. Does anybody remember what an adjective is? How about Bella? You remember what an adjective is?
It's describing something, describing the noun.
Yeah, very good. Or words that describe a noun. Okay. So let me share my screen because I want to show you something that I posted yesterday because I found an old thing that I had and I was like, oh, this would be helpful for the children. In the stream, I have posted just a chart that it's just posted as material and it's parts of speech. Did I share my screen with you? I did. Okay, hold on. Let me find my magic wand. Okay, and it's just a chart that shows you the different parts of speech. So we've covered noun. Noun is a person, place, thing, or idea, and it gives you some examples. Okay, and then you have pronouns, takes the place of a noun. It may replace a person's name, and I give you some examples. A verb or actions, and I give you some examples. Tricky verbs are verbs of being. There's really like no thing that somebody's doing. Okay, but like if you say, I am here, the verb is am. We are going to the store. Are going would be the verb, right? So some of those verbs are a little bit tricky. And then I give you the definition of adjective and some examples. And then there's some articles and adverbs and prepositions and conjunctions and interjections. We're going to cover conjunctions today. Okay, so this is here for you because Monday and Tuesday of next week, you have a quiz where you have to identify nouns, verbs, adjectives, maybe some pronouns, things like that. Okay, which for a grade. So this week I haven't graded anything because we're kind of learning this stuff or reviewing this stuff because some of you might know it already. But you know, I got to take a grade, make sure you're paying attention. So if you need this next week, you can look here for help, but you will have a quiz on Monday and Tuesday of next week. Okay, so with that, could everybody go to Nearpod and join the session? Okay, I gotta close out of here so I can see how many people are joining. So the code is 8K as a kitten, N as in Nancy, 4, L as in love. Love, love, love. How many people do I need? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then-
14, 13 in Zoom, not including you.
Right, I just counted them. Thanks, Belle. So I only have 3 people. Come on, 10 people.
You can always check in the Zoom, you know, or that, right?
I can, but I already closed the Zoom, so. Oh yeah, it's right up there on the thing, 14 participants. I see it now. It's early, Bella. There was a chat, but now I don't see anything in the chat. All right, whatever. All righty. Does anybody know what a conjunction is? Guys never watched Schoolhouse Rock when you were little kids. That's why you don't know what a conjunction is.
I do.
You do. Talk to me.
A connecting word.
It is a connecting word. Very good, Val. When you're writing a sentence and it's known as a compound sentence, you have to have a word that joins the two. It's a conjunction.
I know
Railroad.
and's one of
Like a
them.
railroad junction. All right, I'm still missing 2 people. Who's having trouble getting in? 1 person. Who am I missing? Akeem, Alex, Bella, Carl, Devin, Georgia, Haley, Heather, Caden, Kiara, Maddie, Paige. Who's missing? Alex. No, he's there.
We have everybody.
Oh, 13. I got everybody now. There it is. It changed. All right, so here we go. So a conjunction is a joining word. So you're supposed to be watching the screen now. I'm sorry that this is torture for you, but you know, maybe if you were a little more enthusiastic. All right, we don't need to worry about that. We don't need to worry about that. Let's get started. Let's review. Okay, here we go. Conjunctions. Conjunctions are connecting words. Conjunctions connect 2 complete thoughts in a sentence. An example, the frog stuck out its tongue and it caught the fly. So a complete thought is the frog stuck out its tongue because you have a subject, frog, stuck is the verb, right? Stuck out its tongue would be the predicate. Remember that? Subject, predicate, right? So that's one complete thought. And then you have a comma, and then you have the word and, which is a conjunction word. And then you have another complete thought, it caught the fly, right? So it would be the subject, caught the fly would be the predicate, right? Right? Uh-huh. Notice the comma comes before the conjunction word. And okay, kids in the room, could you please sit up? Get your heads up off your desks and keep them up off your desks. Okay, common conjunctions, and I like apples, comma, and I like oranges. Or we can swim, comma, or we can ride bikes. But I like math, comma, but I need to practice more. So he is good at tennis, comma, so he won the game. I'm saying the comma so that you know that you need to put a comma there. You know, you don't normally say that. Writing sentences with conjunctions. Write a comma before the conjunction. Look closely at the sentences below. I read books, comma, and I read the newspaper. I eat salad, comma, or I eat sandwiches. I called my mom, comma, but she did not answer. I studied for hours, comma, so I did well on the test. Let's create. You guys need pencil and paper, or maybe not. We can do it right here. Okay, so this time it says, write a sentence that includes the conjunction and. Make sure you have proper punctuation. So on your screen, write a sentence, compound sentence using the conjunction and. It probably will be easier if you use a text box, I'm going to assume. And if you could bump up your font a little, some of these are really small. So Paige, you're probably better off doing a text box, honey. Kaden, you don't want to start off with me and my. That's not the proper way to do it. We're still using good English here, proper English. Akeem, that looks good except for you're missing something at the end. And you're also missing a comma. Akeem, you gotta fix that, please.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Carl, you got the right idea, except for you're supposed to use the conjunction and. You also need to capitalize your I's and put, guys, these are sentences. Capital letters to start, ending punctuation at the end. It's not that hard. All you have to do is type it. Okay? If you're using the word I, it gets capitalized every stinking time. Ouch. Good, Devin. Okay, so Kiara, you got to fix your sentence structure there. You're missing some things. Kiara, did you hear me? Kiara, did you hear me? Okay, could you fix your work, please? Your sentence is fine, but you got to fix some things. Okay, Maddie, you wrote comma using a series. You didn't write a compound sentence. So you have to have two complete thoughts before and after the word end. Okay, Georgia, you too. You're saying my mother and I. That's not, my mother is not a complete thought, right? Guys, so you're writing compound sentences. So just because you use the word and doesn't mean you did the right thing. Get your head up off the desk. That might help you. Thank you. Could you please fix your work? You have to have remember in the examples, there was a complete thought before the word end, and then a complete thought after the word end. So if you're saying my mother and I went somewhere, that's not what we're doing, okay? You're using and correctly, but it's not a compound sentence. You're using and as a conjunction, creating two thoughts together, okay? I said first whisper. Okay. Kiara, is cookies a complete thought? Could you fix that, please? I'm looking. Good, Bella. Alex is fixing his good, because that's good. You needed to. You're working. Devin, yours was good. And my mom helped me. Thank you. I couldn't see that. Okay, so who is that? Haley, you missed a comma. See if you can figure out where your comma goes. Paige, you missed a comma. Okay, who's this? Caden, you did, okay. My friend, is that a complete thought, Caden? Caden Sweeney.
No.
No, could you fix that, please? And also start with a capital letter?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, Heather, that's good, but the comma would come right after the word store, not if you wouldn't start the next line with a comma, honey, okay? Okay, Akeem, you need a comma somewhere else, like before the conjunction. Otherwise, it's good. Carl, you have a typo there. Like every time you write the word I, Carl, you gotta capitalize it. Fix it, please. All right, so let's just look at some. I want to look at Alex's first because he was in the middle. Okay, Alex, that's good. So can everybody look at my screen? So this is a good one. I like pizza, comma, and I like tacos. So I like pizza could stand on its own, right? It's a complete thought. I like tacos is a complete thought, right? You're just joining the two together. Okay, maybe I didn't make that clear when we started. So my apologies. Oh, that was Alex's. Let me see. Georgia, she had to fix hers. I walked to the store, comma, and picked up some snacks for later. Good, right? Because each of those clauses could stand alone as a sentence. Nice. Let me see. Yeah, I can't see the beginning of your sentence for some reason. I went to the store to get candy and cookies. I went home and made the cookies. Well, you need another end in there, honey. So if it says, I went to the store to get candy and cookies, comma, and capital I went home and made the cookies, that would be better. Okay, then you're doing what you need to do. Guys, I can't tell you enough. Every time you write the word I as a word, it has to be capitalized. All right, here's Devin. I rode my bike, comma, and fell. Very good. We already looked at that one. Maddie, I went to the store and bought eggs for breakfast. Okay, but you got the comma in the wrong spot, honey. Where does the comma go? It goes after store, right? Okay, good. All right, everybody got the idea there? I can close that. All right, let us move on. Okay, this time you're going to write a sentence that includes the conjunction or. So it's the same idea, right? A complete thought, comma, or complete thought, period. Capital letters, punctuation at the end, capital I for I, proper nouns get capitalized, you know, English. The comma goes before the conjunction. Yes, that's a common mistake, Maddie. So don't worry about it. Like people, my husband, I was telling my husband what we were doing in class, and he said, well, he was confused. He's like, where does the comma go? Like he knew he needed one, but he didn't know where it went. It was before the conjunction. So it actually goes after the last word in the first clause, in the first complete thought. All right, I'm working on it. What do you need at the end there when you're done, Mr. Bird?
I was still typing.
Oh, okay. I thought it said you were completed. Sorry. Good, Dev. Yeah, me too, Paige. Good job. Yeah. I don't eat fast food. Because it makes me sick. I literally get sick from it because it's too much grease. Mr. Akeem.
Yes.
Okay, you got a couple things around here. First of all, this is English class, so we're not texting. We're using real actual words. So you can't use the letter U for the word YOU. Okay, and then you kind of changed things here. So I'm going to read your sentence. My mom said, do you want Xbox X, comma, or do I want PS5? You wouldn't say, or do I want? If your mom is asking the question, you would say, do you want, to keep it consistent? Wouldn't you? Hello, Akeem? Akeem?
Hello.
All right, you got to change your I to you to make your sentence make sense.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. No, we're in the middle of a class. Me too. Okay, let me see. I will eat fish or beef. Okay, Mr. Carl, is or beef or actually is beef a complete thought? Carl?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. So please fix it. Did I look at Heather's? Good, Heather. Okay, Skylar, you have the right idea, but you're missing a comma, and you also have the word should capitalized when it shouldn't be. I should go to high rollers, comma, or capital I can go to the bowling alley. But you got the right idea. You just have some typos there. All right, let's look.
Miss Jost.
Yeah? Yes?
I barely heard you because my whole screen was glitching.
Oh, okay. So your sentence was fine, but you had the word should capitalized when it should not be. And then you also did not capitalize the word I think the second time you used it.
Oh, okay.
I want the lollipop, Haley. All right, let's look at some of these. So let's look at Bella's. You can go to Florida or you can go to see your uncle. That's a good sentence. However, what's wrong with her sentence? Look at the screen and
I
tell
gotta
me,
capitalize
Devin, what's wrong
floating.
with her sentence? I'm asking Devin because he's talking when he shouldn't be. What does she have to fix in her sentence? Oh, she just fixed it. Florida is a proper noun. It's a specific place. Exactly. You weren't paying attention. Could you stop talking and flirting with Maddie until we can get on with class? I'm just saying. All right. So let me see. I'm just picking random ones. I'm going to the store, comma, or going to the park. Good job, Heather. Let's see what Paige had to say. I want a cookie, comma, or a cake. Good job. Devin,
Jost.
zip it and keep it zipped unless you are asked a question. You are
Miss
talking
Jost.
nonstop. Yes, 1 second. I'm yelling at somebody again.
Okay.
Okay, who's talking to me in Zoom land?
Skylar. Can
Okay,
you see
go
if
ahead.
my sentence good?
Let me see your
My
sentence.
sentence.
Okay, I should go to high rollers, comma, or I can go to the bowling alley. Yes, that's better, except for high rollers is the name of a specific roller skating place. So you would capitalize it, right? It's a specific
Oh.
place. So it's a proper noun. But yes, you did everything else correctly, honey. Good job. All right, let's move on. This time you are going to write a sentence that includes the conjunction but. So remember, complete thought, comma, but, complete thought. Well, Alex, look at your sentence and see what you have to fix. Your sentence is fine, but you have a typo there. You didn't do something you need to do. See if you can figure it out. Good, Dev. You even capitalized your proper nouns. You could play baseball in the rain, Paige. Good job. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Heather. I can't see it yet on my screen, huh? It takes a while. These take a while to like load onto my screen. Okay, so Maddie, this is tricky. It's not what we actually have covered this. You need an apostrophe in one of your words to take the place of a missing letter. See if you can figure out what word you need an apostrophe in your sentence. Your sentence is good, but you're missing an apostrophe. Oh, oh. Okay, Kiara, that's a good sentence, but you're missing two pieces of punctuation. One is you need the comma before the conjunction. And the other one, you also need an apostrophe, but you need an apostrophe in one of your words because of possession, ownership. Remember we covered that? Huh? I want to go to my aunt's, comma, but I want to go to my friends. So you need two apostrophes because you're implying your aunt's house or your friend's house. So your aunt and your friend are owning something. So you need an apostrophe in both of those words. Where do they go? All right. Could everybody look at my screen, please? And let's help Kiara because she's a little confused. Maybe I'm just confusing her more. So she has the sentence, I want to go to my aunt's, comma, but I want to go to my friends. And then she has a comma after that. I don't know why. Get rid of that comma on friends, honey. Okay. And I'm saying to her, she needs to show possession because she's implying that it's her aunt's house and she's implying that it's her friend's house. So where does she need an apostrophe? We covered this. Heather, where does she need it? Turn your mic on. Just hold your space bar down.
After the D and after the T.
Okay, so in the word ants, you need to put an apostrophe between the T and the S. And in the word friends, you need to put an apostrophe between the D and the S. The apostrophe is right next to the enter key. Yeah, sometimes, okay, you put a period, you put a comma there. You need an apostrophe. So you have to tap it twice. So get rid of the comma. And it's the key right next to the enter key. And sometimes on the Chromebooks, it sticks. So you have to click it twice. You see the key right next to the enter key, to the left of the enter key? It has the quotation mark and underneath it has the apostrophe. Okay, I don't know what you're doing now. Now I would totally lost that. So let's look on some of these other ones. Let's see. Did I look at Maddie's? I don't remember. I want a cookie, comma, but it's almost dinner time. And she put her apostrophe in the right spot. So Kiara, look at hers. You see the word it's, IT apostrophe S. Okay. I'm trying to look at people I have in Caden. Let's look at yours. I wanted money, but my mom, Karen, won't give me $1. All right, but you need an apostrophe as well. Guys, you can't forget the things we've learned. Like you have to use punctuation all the time. Caden, do you know where you need an apostrophe? What word you need it in? Earth to Caden. Caden, come in, please. You think you know, Devin? Help him out. Turn your mic on. And won't, W-O-N apostrophe T. You also need to capitalize the K in Karen because it's a specific person. All right, let's see. What's Carl have to say? I want a bird, comma, but my mom won't let me. All right. Why do you have bird capitalized, Carl? Carl? Earth to Carl. Come in, please. Shh, this is your captain speaking.
I don't know.
I don't know either. You like to randomly capitalize words, dude. You gotta work on that. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Most of you are getting the idea, but you gotta like the other stuff that we write a sentence that includes the conjunction so. Complete thought, comma, so, complete thought, period. Before you submit, proofread for caps, apostrophes, punctuation. Make sure you got so in there. Make sure you're starting your sentence with a capital letter, tiara. You're missing something there, Mr. Dev. See if you can figure it out. You are. Oh dear, Paige. Very good, Paige. You actually used an apostrophe where you needed it. Good job. Heather, you're missing something. Fix it. I'm not surprised, Akeem. Good job. Did you fix it, Dev? You did. Okay, so Bella, your sentence is fine, but you do have a mistake. So do you know the rule about when a word starts with a vowel, A, E, I, O, or U? If you're using the word a in front of it, you can't use a, you have to use an, A-N. So you should say, it was raining, comma, so I took an
Okay.
umbrella.
So like,
Add an N to
that.
the A. There you go.
okay.
Alex, you're missing something. You're stuck on your homework today. You're talking about homework a lot. That's okay. Okay, so Georgia, my best friend Emily and I, you don't need a comma after Emily. And you use the word where instead of were. Were is W-E-R. Where is W-H-E-R. To the park Friday. Okay, you actually use two conjunctions. I'm going to leave yours up for everybody to look at. We'll look at it. All right. Can everybody look at my screen, please? Because Georgia wrote a good compound sentence, but she's got to tweak it a little bit. Okay, so she wrote, my best friend Emily and I, and it's supposed to be were, not where, going to the park Friday, but it will be late when we go. So instead, we are going Saturday. She actually has two conjunction words in here. So just because the assignment wasn't to use but this time, you still have to follow the rule, right? Go ahead, Val, you got a question?
But so she has 3.
My best friend, Emily, she should not have a comma here. Oh yeah, she does. Emily and I. Okay, but that comma doesn't go there because you're not joining two thoughts. It's just Emily and I. Okay, so you got to take that comma out. So take that comma out. We're going to the park Friday, comma, but it will be late when we go, comma. So instead we are going Saturday. Okay, so that even though you have Emily and I, it's not a compound. You're not, how do I say it? It's just Emily and I. I don't know. There are so many rules that get broken. I can't. But that's good. You used a lot of them. But you still have to follow the rule. You did it once. All right. I'm just randomly taking one. I haven't looked at this one. I wanted to go to the park, comma, so I went to my friend. I went with my friend. You spelled friend wrong. I before E except after C, except for in words like neighbor and way, whatever that is. Maddie wrote, let's go to the store, comma, so we can get dinner. What are you missing, Maddie? Punctuation at the end, yes. Devin, what screen are you on when you're supposed to be on my screen? Devin, answer my question. What screen were you on? Your nearpod screen. Okay. We got the idea there. Let's look at Carl's. There he goes again. He's capitalizing stuff. My dad is a truck driver, comma, so I don't see him much. Oh wait, I want to read Akeem's because it's just funny. My mom said I was grounded and couldn't go out, comma, so I brought the party to me. He's big on the party. What's this? Caden's got pictures. I have to be in school, so I will make myself a hologram. What are you missing, Caden? Before your conjunction word. What tell him?
A comma.
A comma. So you have to have a comma after school.
I knew I should have put that there, but I didn't know if I should have. So I knew.
You were confused.
Yeah, I was confused if I should put it there or not.
Well, that's what we're working on. So my guess would be yes. All right, let's move on. We only have a few. Oh my goodness. I don't even know if we have any more minutes. Let's write. Okay, write a sentence about a camel that includes a conjunction. We're not writing it. Just tell me. Somebody come up with a sentence real quick because the class is going to be over. Go ahead, Deb. Turn your mic on. I found a camel, so I took it home. It must have been a Wednesday.
I got one.
Go ahead, Belle.
I bought a camel, but my mom made me bring it back to the zoo.
Let's hope so. All right, that was the bell, so I have to go. Again, guys, if you owe any work, get it done. You do have a test on a quiz, basically, on parts of speech next week. Okay, so we'll be doing some more things this week, and then we'll play some games and whatever. But you know, got to quiz you on this stuff. All right, adios, muchachos. Arrivederci.